Jason Fullen. I'm president of Fullen Transportation Services here in Memphis. We serve the freight industry. We are a freight broker or a third-party logistics. We find shippers with freight that needs to be moved and turn around and find truck lines and carriers to move them. This was not necessarily a toxic culture, but it was a beat-down culture. And I think it was affecting employee morale, which in turn was affecting productivity. And I think one of the main things that we were lacking was good culture, good communication, and a good training program. I decided to partner with Cogent when Merlin came in. In 3 days that he spent here, he identified everything that was on my list of things that needed to be addressed. He gained our trust pretty fast, and I think that was simply because he was able to identify everything that I was struggling with. And then by the time our consultant came in, he was already up on everything that was pretty much going on in the company and had a good feel for the company and how we operated. So I'd say there wasn't a big learning curve. It was actually fairly painless. And the good thing was, I think the company was to a point, our culture was to a point. I knew, and most of my employees knew, that we needed to make some changes. We needed to shape up to become a modern company. And so I think bringing Cogent in was welcomed, not just by me, but by most of the employees. So, you know, like I said, Merlin pointed it out. He reaffirmed my thoughts. And then our consultant Bob came in and led me down the path of how to get there. He was teaching me, he was teaching my employees, you know, proper way businesses should be run, successful businesses should be run. You know, at the same time, I was able to bounce a lot of ideas, a lot of things that I was contemplating as far as which way can we grow, how do we need to do this. I think that was the best thing. I think that was the best thing to have because we're learning how to be a successful company, and at the same time, I had a good sounding board for, you know, my exploration into new areas, into areas that I was unfamiliar with. Some of the main initiatives that we did tackle was a good organized corporate structure. That was probably what was driving me crazy, was because I did feel like I needed to have my hands and my fingers into everything. And so I constantly had people coming through my door, and it was hard for me to get anything done because I'm trying to solve everybody else's problems. So laying out the corporate structure and the article about responsibility really came into play, and about assigning responsibility and having people, you know, be responsible and be accountable for that has really helped me a lot. Just as far as my stress levels. You know, now I'm able to focus on the important things. One of the other things was laying out a good training schedule, and going along with that was review so that we can give feedback to our employees. Sometimes I think that contributed to the mood of the office, was not being able to, you know, adequately give feedback to our employees, whether it be good or bad. And that has really helped a lot, and I look forward to the next, you know, 6 months or so to see how that plays out, especially some of the training tools. Well, one of the big changes that stands out to me is we now have goals set. Productivity can only go up as long as we can give them proper tools and training and help them along. I mean, that's good, loyal employees. You know, it's in our interest to try to do our best to take care of them and educate them and get them up to that top tier, that top level. You know, we want everybody to be productive, from sales all the way through operations. It's in my interest to use everything I possibly have, all my tools, to try to improve the company, try to grow the company, make it a good, stable place where people want to work, a place where people don't mind getting up and coming to work. We know it's work, it's gonna be hard. It doesn't mean we have to hate it.